The Little Liar. Lucy had always been known for her tall tales. She was the girl who could spin an incredible story out of the simplest of events. Her classmates were accustomed to her exaggerations, but when she told them about seeing a unicorn in the woods, they couldn't help but be skeptical. Lucy was insistent that she had seen the mythical creature, describing its shimmering mane, glittering horn, and gentle eyes. Her classmates laughed it off, thinking it was just another one of her outrageous stories. But Lucy was determined to prove them wrong. She set out early the next day, her backpack filled with snacks, a notebook, and a camera, ready to capture evidence of the unicorn. As she walked through the woods, her eyes scanned the trees and the ground for any sign of the creature. After a while, she saw something glinting in the distance. She ran towards it, her heart racing with excitement. And there it was, a single strand of sparkling mane caught on a branch. Lucy's eyes widened with wonder and amazement. She had found proof of the unicorn. Lucy continued her search for the unicorn, her eyes peeled for any more clues. She soon came across a set of hoof prints in the dirt. They were large and delicate, with a distinct pattern that couldn't have come from any other animal. Lucy took out her notebook and sketched the prints, making sure to note down the time and location. As she continued on, she came across a patch of shimmering grass. Upon closer inspection, she saw that it was made up of individual strands of unicorn mane. Lucy couldn't believe her luck. She had found not just one, but two pieces of evidence of the unicorn's existence. Feeling elated and triumphant, Lucy headed back to school, eager to show her classmates the proof of the unicorn. But as Lucy walked into her classroom, she saw the skeptical looks on her classmates' faces. They didn't believe her, despite the evidence she had found. Lucy started to feel a pang of doubt in her stomach. What if she had made a mistake? What if the evidence wasn't as convincing as she thought? Lucy couldn't bear the thought of being wrong, of being laughed at and ridiculed. So she made a decision. She decided to keep up the lie, to pretend that the unicorn was real, even though deep down she knew it wasn't. Over the next few days, Lucy continued to weave a web of lies, telling her friends about how she had seen the unicorn again and how it had even spoken to her. She relished in the attention and admiration that came with being the girl who had seen a unicorn. But as the days went on, Lucy started to feel a sense of guilt creeping up on her. She knew she was lying, and she knew that lying was wrong. But she couldn't stop herself. The lie had become too big to take back. Lucy's lie was bound to catch up with her eventually. One day her classmates confronted her, demanding to see the unicorn for themselves. Lucy felt a sense of panic rising in her chest. She knew she couldn't produce the creature, but she also couldn't admit to lying. So she tried to make up more lies, hoping to distract her friends from their original request. But her lies only made things worse. Her friends saw through her deception and felt hurt and betrayed by her lies. They started to distance themselves from her, refusing to talk to her or sit with her during lunch. Lucy felt miserable and alone. She had lost the trust of her friends, and she didn't know how to make things right. She realized that her lies had caused real harm to others, and she felt ashamed of herself. Lucy's parents noticed that something was off about their daughter. She seemed sullen and withdrawn, and they could tell that something was bothering her. They tried to ask her what was wrong, but Lucy refused to open up. One day, her teacher called her parents in for a meeting. She explained that Lucy had been lying to her classmates and causing disruptions in the classroom. Lucy's parents were shocked and disappointed to hear this news. They had always taught their daughter to be honest and truthful, and they couldn't believe that she would act this way. The teacher suggested that Lucy needed to face the consequences of her actions. She recommended that Lucy apologize to her classmates and try to make amends for her lies. Lucy's parents agreed and promised to work with their daughter to make things right. Lucy was nervous to face her classmates, but she knew that it was the right thing to do. She wrote a letter of apology, explaining that she had made a mistake and that she was sorry for hurting them. She also promised to be honest and truthful from then on. The next day, Lucy handed out the letters to her classmates. At first, they were skeptical, but as they read the words on the page, they could tell that Lucy was sincere. They began to forgive her and welcomed her back into their group. Lucy felt a huge weight lifted off of her shoulders. She realized that telling the truth was always the best course of action, even if it was difficult. She vowed to never lie again and to always be truthful in all of her interactions with others. Lucy's parents were proud of their daughter for facing the truth and making amends for her mistakes. They could see that she had learned a valuable lesson and that she was on the path to becoming a better person. Lucy's teacher also noticed a change in her behavior. She saw that Lucy was making an effort to be more honest and trustworthy, and she praised her for it. As time passed, Lucy's reputation as a liar faded away. Her classmates began to trust her again, and she felt like she had regained their respect. She also felt better about herself, knowing that she was living up to her parents' and teachers' expectations. Lucy had learned that the truth always comes out in the end, and that lying only causes harm to herself and others. She had also learned the importance of owning up to her mistakes and taking responsibility for her actions. With these lessons in mind, Lucy felt ready to face any challenge that came her way.